Okay, hi everyone. Last night my daughter told me that the aircon was leaking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what are the little equipments that you need and how to rectify this leaking problem. So this is a Mitsubishi electric inverter. Okay, then later I will actually teach you how to open it up and also clean out the aircon tray. Okay, the equipments that you need, right, are the very simple ones. Let me show it to you. Okay, here are the ones. First of all, you need this is any pail, any bucket is good just to collect the water. Okay, hose and then a wet and dry vacuum cleaner, towel, as many as possible. I think one is good enough, and a screwdriver. Usually is a this is a cross Phillips screwdriver, and I actually modify the head a little bit. Okay, this is actually so that it's just a straw. Okay, and I actually tape it up with masking tape to secure it. Yeah, this will actually be very useful if you have those little corners to vacuum up. So without further ado, let me teach you how to open the aircon. Okay, actually to open up the aircon is quite simple. As you can see, there's a little two screws over there. Okay, one over here and one over here. Sometimes there's a cover, but the last time when I asked some service person to come, he actually misplaced that little rubber covers, but it doesn't really matter because it doesn't function anything except for aesthetic. Okay, so let me unscrew those. As you can see, I already removed the two screws. Usually it's two for most aircon. Sometimes there's one more in the middle. Just take note of it. To open it up is actually quite simple. First of all, you can actually remove this cover. This cover, just lift it up all the way to the top, and then you can just lift it up. Just like that. Quite simple. And then to remove this cover, if you look at the seams, there's this line over here. So what you do is just push it out, and the other hand push it out, and then you already have access to the probably need to vacuum a little bit because it's a little bit dirty, but that is not the cause. Usually the cause of drainage being blocked is by jelly system, those jelly stuff. Later I'll show it to you. Okay. Okay, so I think just for simple orientation, right? I think just tell you how the aircon system work. This is the cooling coil. Okay, so air will actually enter from here. How they pull air is actually from the blower. Can you see deep inside? There's this round circular thing. It will actually turn. As it turns, it sucks in air, and this cooling fan is the one that cool the air, and then after that the cold air will come out. This is just a simple logic. As you can see, it's a little bit wet, so I'm quite sure that this tray, okay, this cooling, so as the air comes in, the if it's very humid, then what happens is that it condenses and the water actually goes into this tray. Okay, this tray is from all the water will actually by gravitation, there's no pump for this, that actually goes into this part here, and it goes to this pipe. Okay, and from this pipe it will just drip out either to your toilet, or it could be out of the window. Okay, so how do we remove this? It's actually very simple. Just to make it easier for everyone to see, I will just remove these blades here. Okay, as you can see, it's not secured to anything other than no screws, no nothing. It's just basically pulling this out. So when you pull this out, you have to be careful because inside here, the tray, right, there's likely to be a lot of water. So what you could do is that you can unplug this. As you pull this out, put it in a bucket. It's a little bit difficult for me to do it right now because I only got one hand, and the other hand I have to hold the mobile phone. So give me a little bit of time, I will show you how it works. I don't want the floor of my bedroom to be completely wet. So Let me just pour some water first. How to remove the tray? It's very simple. There's a little groove here, just leave it out. Over here, leave it out. Okay, be always gentle, and then you can tilt it. As you can see, there are quite a lot of water. Now it's already in the afternoon and the water still haven't evaporated out. Okay, so as I tilt it, I'll hold a bucket. You can see all the water. One way is to actually use the vacuum cleaner, the wet dry vacuum cleaner, and just suck up all the water. If you don't have that, then one way is to actually just unplug this and then let all the water drip out. So here it goes. See, it's actually dripping. Okay. So I'll leave the bucket on the floor and let it continue to drip. Okay, another point to note is when you're using a wet dry vacuum cleaner, make sure you remove the bag. Okay, the bag is not meant to hold water, it's just empty, and it's just a filter here. This filter, every time after you use for wet application, right, make sure you dry it up, then lock it up, and you're ready to vacuum the aircon. Okay, so what are we actually trying to suck? Okay, so that's now as the aircon I was explaining, this cooling coil comes down, then sometimes it's too cold, the air is too humid, then what happens is that the water will drip into this tray, and where the water goes to is actually goes to inside this hole. Okay, why I make this attachment is very simple, because sometimes you look at this Mitsubishi model, everything is all wired, and I'm quite lazy to actually unscrew the ends, remove the blue and black cover, and then after that pull this out. Okay, but so with this attachment, I could easily just slot it inside here. Okay, and start sucking out the all the jelly stuff. Okay. Okay, it's a little bit noisy now, but so that is one way of removing it. I'm going to show you what the professional people do. They actually remove the tray from here. Let me turn it up brighter. Remove this, then later you expose the pipe on its own. Let me show it to you. Okay, so here you can see the pipe. Okay, there's a little catch over here that links to this part. There's a groove here, you can see. So that actually, but be careful when you pull it out, because it can take a lot of strength. Another way of doing it is just on the pipe. You can really stick it into it. Or another method is okay, so just want to show you how much water we can actually suck out from the piping itself. This is about, that's time it was dry. This is about 1 minute, so you can see how dirty the water is. Okay, and this reminds me to share with you this story. Remember the plug we removed from here? Uh, Remember to place it back in. Happened to me once, totally forgotten. And then uh, in the middle of the night it was dripping. So next, aircon. Yes, working. I didn't spoil it. Congratulations. There you have it. Not too difficult. Uh, the wet dry vacuum cleaner is about $150. Then I bought the extension hose to make my life easier. That's another maybe, I think it's about $30. And a screwdriver. That's it. As simple as that. Right. Cheers.